Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Birdman. Today, we will be birding my neighborhood. Today we'll be joined by...
the Birdman!
So let's get started already.
And so, my sister and I began the first of many legs of our circular suburban trip. But not before finding our very first bird.
That little speck right there where I am pointing is a yellow-shafted northern flicker.
The northern flicker is probably one of, if not the most unique looking woodpecker species within my geographical region in northwestern Canada. It sports a brown coloration with black dots and stripes, a black apron, a gray head, and a red nape. You also may have noticed how I said yellow-shafted. This is because northern flickers are grouped into two subspecies, red-shafted and, of course, yellow-shafted, distinguished by the undersides of their wings and tail. Speaking of differences, males and females can be distinguished by the male's distinct moustachial stripe. How neat! At our very first stop of the community hall, we picked up a couple more species, including an American crow, as well as some black-billed magpies. And my sister picked up something else.
What's that?
A blue jay feather. Did you know that blue birds are not pigmented? Their color is actually completely structural. This means that, in the right light, a blue jay's feather can appear brown or even gray. Anyways, moving on, me and my sister continued on our trek, collecting a few more species along the way. This included another magpie, a house sparrow, as well as this chirpy robin. And on top of that, another bird that we didn't even expect to see. The Merlin, and no, not the wizard, is in fact an American falcon species. They bear the nickname pigeon hawk, which you may think alludes to their diet, but in fact is a reference to their speedy wing beats in flight. These birds measure up at around 24 to 30 centimeters, and the blue-backed males weigh in around 90 grams lighter than the 300 grams brown-backed females. These birds can be found from coniferous forests to deciduous groves to, of course, suburban yards. And if you have any worries about an encounter with this bird, don't! Unless, of course, you're a sparrow-sized bird, or a small rodent, or reptile, but otherwise, you'll be just fine. Stoked about the falcon find, me and my sister continued on, and on, and on, until we finally reached our next destination. Still stoked about that Merlin sighting?
Hell yeah!
Well, let's see what we can find in the birding alley. And fine stuff we did, as we immediately encountered a rock dove. Just take a look at those colors. Wow. We also came across this absolute goober of a black-billed magpie, and in its honor, I think we should talk about magpies themselves. So, here we go. The black-billed magpie is one of the most underappreciated suburban birds, but once you take the time to take a closer look, you'll realize the hidden beauty of these residential gems. They are a common corvid species across northwestern North America, easily recognizable with their bold, pied, black and white plumage. Their shape is also especially unique, with that long, showy tail of theirs. Unfortunately, these birds are widely recognized as pests due to their loud nature and tendency to eat people's garbage. But this mainly owes to their extremely opportunistic and, honestly, extremely intelligent nature as well. Corvids are regarded by scientists as perhaps the smartest in the bird world. Well, maybe except for this one.
Well, now we're off to our final stop, Wendy's.
And before we had even arrived in the parking lot, we had already caught a glimpse of our target bird. This is the Ring-Billed Gull. The Ring-Billed Gull is by far one of the most widespread gull species in all of North America, with an estimated total population of 3 to 4 million individuals. They sport the classic white-headed gull plumage, with gray wings, black wing tips, and a black ring on the tip of its yellow bill, for which it was named. These birds are extremely common within urban and densely populated areas, and increasingly so, taking advantage of excess food in places such as parking lots, like this one. Like many other seabirds, ring-billed gulls nest colonially on the ground, but due to urban expansion, flat roofs on buildings such as factories have become welcome options as well. It was now time for me and my sister to leave the parking lot, so we said goodbye to the gulls and collected a couple more bird sightings along the way. Among these included a foraging robin and even a couple more flickers, which was really cool to see. There was also this guy in the corner, right here. I have no idea what he's doing. My best guess is that he's cooling down in the summer heat, but if you guys have any better explanations, please put them in the comments. Anyways, me and my sister were now well on our way home, and it seemed that our journey was finally coming to a close.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Birdman.
I hope to see you next time.